Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Haggett Hill. It's another scorcher here in southeast Missouri today, so I'm in the shed. I'm going to try to stay out of the sunshine, but what we're going to do today, I'm going to do a 250-hour service on my little LS XJ2025H tractor. So watch along. If you have a compact tractor, the process is essentially the same thing. If you've ever looked under the hood of one of these compact tractors, there's not much room. I've already removed the side panel. It's going to make it a little easier to get to the oil filter down there. I'm going to change the fuel filter as well and the air filter, which is right up here. Got my drain pan down there. So watch along as we work on this little project. I'm going to go ahead and remove the oil cap so it'll drain better. Get that ready. Kind of hard to see up in here. But here's the drain plug. Don't mind the gloves. I'm not a sissy. I like to put them on, keep my hands from getting quite as dirty. Sorry about the background noise. I was working outside in the garden earlier today before it got real hot. And then I've been working on an old finish mower that I'm getting ready to sell. Got it serviced and tried it out. I've done been good and hot and sweaty this morning, so I got a fan on just to cool things down a little bit. We'll get the oil draining, then we'll work on hydraulic filters, the air filters, and other things. This thing holds just a little bit over a gallon, so we'll let this drain while we work on the other stuff. Oil's good and black. Time to change it. I'm about 248 hours, so that's close enough to the 250-hour service mark. Alright, while that oil's draining, we're going to get our air filter out of here. Yeah, I'd say it's about time for a new one of those. Let me go get the new one. Big difference between the two. I'm going to write on the end of the filter the date. 6/30/25 to 50 hours. That way I'll know. May not show up, but it'll probably be alright. Guess I should check that and make sure there's no obstructions in there. Oh no, looks good. Alright, now we'll change the fuel filter. I've already loosened it up just a little bit. Let's wipe this off. Just a little bit. Don't want no dust getting in it. Got a new O-ring. Put it in there. Alright. Got the new fuel filter in. Now we'll move to the oil filter. Let's clean it off a little bit. Alright, as a lot of my projects go, I had to make a trip to Harbor Freight because my old oil filter wrench wouldn't fit on this one. It's too small. So I had to go get another one. That one's working like a charm. It's a Holt, self-adjusting. Seems to be a pretty good wrench. It worked. Just like on the air filter, we're going to write the date on it. 6/30/25, 250 hours. Put just a little bit of oil in the new filter. Not a whole lot. Take some oil and rub around the seal. Tip it up and get it on there real quick. I bought this service kit off of Amazon. It had all the filters in it. Had the oil filter, had the main suction hydraulic filter, had a fuel filter, and had the air filter. The only filter it didn't have was the small hydrostat filter. We'll look at that here in a minute. It actually goes on the upper part of the rear crankcase. I'll show you where that's at whenever we get back to that point. Okay, so the oil filter's back on. We'll get down here and we'll put the drain plug back in. No sense you all crawling under the tractor and getting dirty for that. But I'll get it back in. Get it wiped off. Tighten down. Oh, I just burned a bunch of cardboard this morning. I wish I'd have saved it to put down on my floor. Alright, drain plug's back in. Hopefully no leaks. Alright, we're going to start adding the oil. It says 1.1 US gallon. This is a gallon, so we'll just have to add a little bit more. I'm adding Shell Rotella 15W40 for diesel engines. For my hotter climate like this, I could use 1530 or 1540. We're going to use 1540. Alright, probably got enough oil added. While we're letting that sink down, we'll check it here in a little bit. We're going to go back and work on the hydrostat filter. The upper hydrostat filter is behind this panel, so we're going to have to take it off to get access to it. At the 250 hour mark, you don't have to change the hydraulic fluid, but they do recommend changing the filters. Well, after a little trial and error, found out it was a whole lot easier just to take the seat loose. You can get access to the filter right there. Sorry for the odd angle for you, but a little tight quarters there. Got the old one out. We'll just use a wrench to tighten it a little bit. It's supposed to be kind of hand tight, but we won't go too crazy on it. That ought to get it. We'll put the seat back on, then we'll get the filter from down below. That's going to be a little bit of a trick though. We'll show you how that works. Alright, let me show what we got going on for this next filter. The filter's right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's at the very bottom of the crankcase. Everything that I've read, when you take that off, if you're not changing the fluid, you're going to lose a couple quarts of fluid before you can get the new filter screwed back on. Let me show you the best solution that I've found on the internet to keep that from happening. Move this funnel out of the way. You look right down there. Probably can't see it. Alright, I'm going to give you a bird's eye view. Right there is the fill hole. So what seems to work is if you take a funnel, put it down in the fill hole, and you can stick a shop vac down in there. Whenever you get ready to take the filter off, you turn the shop vac on, it creates a suction, and it's not enough to suck fluid up into your vacuum cleaner, but it's enough to keep the fluid from running out down below. So we're going to try that and see if it works. So let me get everything set up. We'll turn the shop vac on. We'll see how it works. Well, that seemed to work out pretty good. I think we lost about a cup, and then you count what was in the filters whenever I started. We're going to put about a half a quart in here, let it sink down, then we're going to check it and see what she looks like. All in all, that worked out pretty good. We'll let that run down a minute. We'll check the oil, see how we're looking on the oil. Leave the oil, looks good. All right, we'll get everything buttoned back up. Call it done. Well, all right, everyone. There's a 250-hour service on my little tractor. Going to start it up, let it run for about 10 minutes, let it get all warmed up, make sure I don't have any leaks. Looks like it's going to rain on us. Finally, it's starting to cool off. Hey, but thanks for stopping by here on Haggett Hill and helping out with another project. And remember, God bless you and your family. If you like my content, please like and subscribe and come back and see me.